Hello, hello, leaders and listeners, and welcome back to another episode of the Who Are You to Lead Anyway podcast. I am your host, Cynthia Jamison, leadership, life, and career growth coach. And today we're diving into a topic that is close to my heart, especially for those of you who are new to leading people. Today's episode, number 76, can you believe it? Is all about setting a vision for the leader you want to become and how coaching can be your guiding light on this transformative journey. Now, you might be wondering, why is having a compelling vision so crucial? And how can coaching specifically help you achieve it? First things first, setting a vision for your leadership journey is like plotting the course to your professional GPS. It gives you a direction, a purpose, and a destination to strive for. But here's the catch, it has to be compelling enough to nudge you out of your comfort zone. You remember, I always talk about the fear based brain, and our brains would love to see us stay safe on the couch doing things that we've done before. Nothing new here, please. Let me just keep telling you those same stories. And so we have to fight against that. We have to find something more motivating, more empowering to us than that in order for us to take any inspired action. So during my long run yesterday, I was listening to a book called The 12-Week Year. I'm not finished it yet, but the author, Brian Moran, shared something that really got me thinking. He said, we all have two lives, the one we're living and the one we're capable of living. I'm going to repeat that. We all have two lives, the one we're living and the one we're capable of living. Now, I have to tell you, this idea made me reflect on my own journey, my own capabilities, leading to this episode. So, as we approach the time of year for setting resolutions or goals or intentions, whichever feels good and right for you, let's be inspired to live a life that we're capable of and encourage each other to pursue a life filled with meaningful experiences and meaningful relationships aligned with our potential and aligned with our values. Now, if you are already living a life you love, that is fantastic. Keep going. I am already living a life I love as well. And there is more that I want to be doing with my life. So, if, like many of my clients and myself, you have untapped potential within you, untapped capability within you, that's where coaching can make a difference. So imagine having a dedicated guide who not only helps you craft that vision, but supports you in making it so enticing, so irresistible, that leaving your comfort zone becomes an exciting adventure that you are inspired to be on rather than a daunting challenge you don't want to face, that you're afraid to face. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, well, how much is this going to cost me? And I get it. Investing in yourself can be a significant decision, but let me share a bit about my own experience. Now, I've paid up to $12,000 US for coaching masterminds for 6 month periods. And believe me, it was the best money I have ever spent. And it propelled me further along in my business than if I'd had done it alone. The truth is that I know what to do. It's in the doing that I get stuck. And so I wanted some support for that. And so in the first 6 months of coaching, I crafted the vision for this very podcast. I laid out every step. I envisioned how I wanted to feel along the way, what I would do specifically when I got stuck, because I know me more than I know anyone else. And I identified the milestones that I would celebrate to keep my motivation soaring along the way. I also learned so much from my peers, and it was really nice to be surrounded by a community of like-minded people focusing on the direction they were going in for their own business, their own compelling visions. They have become amongst my greatest friends. The second round of coaching, I did the exact same thing for creating my program. So I share this not to boast about the cost, but to give you a reference point and to underscore the incredible value coaching can bring. And here's the exciting part. I've designed my program, the Leadership Lens, to be affordable for new leaders like you. At just 2,500 or 2,000 if you pay up front, those are US dollars, it is an investment that pales in comparison to the long-term benefit it can and will unlock for your career. Coaching has you show up for yourself and your life, but you get out of it what you put into it. So I'll give you a little caveat here. I have never missed a call, and I'm very, very proud of myself for that. And even when we were driving on our vacation, and my husband and I were kind of swapping out the driving, giving each other turns so that we would be safely venturing down to our destination, I was over in the passenger side with a hotspot to my phone, getting the coaching that I needed because that was the time of the call. So you absolutely get out of it what you put into it. Now, I'm also someone who participates in multiple lifetime access programs for coaching mastery, for sales and marketing. And I recently joined a new coaching program and I'm working with another new coach to help me with personal branding. They all do very specific things and they're all at similar price points. And so, as leaders and listeners to this podcast, there have been episodes, contexts, tools, strategies that I've shared here with you that I have learned from these programs, and I've shared what I've learned with you through that. And I can't wait to share more, specifically on brand for sure. As a leader, that's really important. And all of this to say, the value you gain from coaching far exceeds the investment. And the best part, you get to look like the rock star in your career without broadcasting your secret weapon to HR or talent professionals in your organization. I think that's pretty cool. Now, I know some of you might still be hesitating, and I get it. There are three reasons people hold back from investing in coaching. The first one is you might not trust the coach. And I invite you to get the coach that works for you, the coach that's going to take you to the places and spaces that you want to go to. The second reason is you might not trust coaching itself because if you haven't experienced it. And third, you might not trust yourself. So, if any of these resonate with you, let's have a conversation. Coaching isn't just about unlocking your potential, it's about building trust in your coach, in the coaching process, and most importantly, in yourself. And trust me, if you're ready, coaching can help you overcome any doubts and elevate your leadership to new heights. So here are a few client testimonials that I want to share with you. And I'm not sharing with you anything that isn't visible. If you go to my LinkedIn profile, if you go to my coaching page, if you go to my Leadership Lens page. So George says, I had the privilege of working with Cynthia on my personal and career development goals in my most recent role of head of trading. In my role, high stress levels, blurred lines between work and home, emotional ups and downs, and a demanding work schedule are par for the course. Cynthia and I met regularly over the course of a year to help me successfully navigate through my professional and personal challenges. With Cynthia's support, I was able to stay in the moment, grounded and emotionally in control, which propelled me to one of my best annual trading performances of my career. Jeff says, Cynthia's career coaching has had a significant impact on my career. She has helped me work to develop many key areas of leadership, communications, prioritization, and much more. Cynthia is more than just a coach. She is a true mentor and takes her role very seriously. I look forward to continuing to work with Cynthia as I navigate through my professional aspirations. Now, I have interviewed Jeff on episode 7, Get Up and Influence Today, if you'd like to hear more about his journey and the advice that he has for new leaders. Now let's hear from Jennifer, market specialist. Cynthia is an excellent leadership and life coach. She helped me assess my professional situation, define and find ways to achieve my professional objectives and also life goals. Cynthia is an exceptional professional who is always trustworthy, well organized, dedicated, and compassionate. I strongly recommend her as a leadership and life coach. Amber, HR assistant. Cynthia is an insightful and caring coach who brings a positive outlook to each situation. She has helped me to build confidence in me and recognize my talents, which in turn has helped me to develop in ways I didn't believe were possible. You can hear more about Amber's story in episode 51, Harnessing the Personal Power of Choice, Pathways to Personal Transformation. And finally, Rebecca, executive assistant. Having Coach Cynthia by my side during some really difficult times at work was a game changer. I've learned allowing myself space to process hard emotions is just as important as moving past them. I've learned to recognize when my thoughts are trying to convince me of something that may not be true and how to work through what is true. how to ask myself tough questions, and how to look at all my options in front of me and trust myself to make a decision. So, experience how coaching can bridge the divide between knowing what to do and actually taking inspired action toward the life you want. I trust that sharing these testimonies has provided some valuable insights to you. So, if you are a budding leader eager to seize control of your leadership and life journey, let's connect. If you are a seasoned leader wanting to do the same thing, let's connect. The Leadership Lens program is crafted with you in mind, aiming to cultivate a community of like minded leaders committed to living and leading authentically. Always bear in mind the only limits that exist are the ones you impose on yourself in your own mind. So, as you consider joining this program, I encourage you to reflect on the energy that you bring. Ask yourself, am I approaching this opportunity with a positive mindset, ready to align my energy with growth? Or am I coming from a place of lack or a fear of missing out? Your response to this question will guide you towards a more fulfilling and authentic experience. Remember, the journey begins with the energy you choose to invest. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. Until next week, I invite you to stay inspired, stay empowered, and keep leading authentically. See you next time. Take care.